Alright, so welcome to Astrogenetics. We've got another journey today. It's all about the expansion of consciousness, and we're just taking like another roadmap, another opening to do that. So the first thing I want to do is explain the difference between DNA upgrades and recalibration and this class, because it is similar. It is about DNA. The other class is also very deep, but this one has like some kind of like revolutionary, if you will, information that's actually very ancient, but it's also very, very rare. It's very difficult to come across it. So I'm just going to pinpoint some of those differences. So the first thing that we're doing is that we are exposing and exploring data, as I said, that is rare, ancient and revolutionary. And it's all about actually the 64 codons of the DNA and how they have a direct correspondence to the 64 hexes of the I Ching. So the I Ching, it's like all these kind of lines and dots and broken lines and stuff and symbols, and it all corresponds to the 64 codons of your DNA. Okay, that's what we have found out, but again, oldest times, right? There's another aspect called the 13 cosmic tones, which are advanced sound waves that describe cosmic creation. And guess what? Each one of those also corresponds to the 64 codons of your DNA too. So we're going to be using both the hexes of the I Ching and also these cosmic tones in our formulas to create changes to our own 64 genetic codons of our DNA. And the other revolutionary thing that we will be doing in this class is that we're going to be channeling today the primary source-like language. And the reason why that is so important is because we use this language because sound, as we already know, has a very profound effect on your DNA. So we're going to be using that to be able to crystallize each step of the protocols and processes. So that is the difference between DNA upgrades and this particular class, which is called Astrogenetics. And if you look at the word Astrogenetics, it indicates that our genes are infinite as well as finite, meaning that they extend into the galactic, universal and cosmic realms. Right? So it goes way, way beyond what we've always known and what we've been taught to know. Yeah? And it ultimately connects with the core of all of intelligence, transcending the illusionary time-space structures as well as the concepts of gravity. Okay, so it's huge. So, we've talked about what it's about, but it's also about what we are unaware of, you know, what's not in the know about it. And so we actually are unaware of the full intelligence and function of our astrogenetics. We are unaware of the full potential and full connection to primary source that corresponds with our astrogenetics. We're unaware of how consciously we can rewrite and restore these functions, and that's what this class is about today. We're going to rewrite and restore those functions, or at least take the next step, or initiate it, or depending how far along you are, be able to, you know, go the whole way. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes for each and every one of you. And so what we're going to do today is actually split up in two parts. We've got like a part 1 and part 2 of today. And in part 1, what we're going to do is like some uninstallation and transfiguration, which you guys are quite well aware of in this class. So we're going to be using geometries just to warm us up to uninstall some of the stuff from our genetic codons, which you will be choosing intuitively to find out which ones of yours are in a bit of a piddle, right? And then we're going to go on to use elements to transfigure those. So that's going to be like the first start of the day to kind of warm you up, you know, put your toes in the water, so to speak. And in the second part of the day, we're going to go into learning how to channel primary source-like language and to be able to decode what it is you get through those odd sounds, continents, words, whatever it is that they are, yeah? Once we've done that, we're going to do a preparation for 2 ceremonies we've got this afternoon. One is called the Hestia ceremony. Does anybody remember what the word Hestia means?
Fire.
Fire. Right. So what do you think we're going to be using fire ceremony for? And it's a literal fire ceremony. So you've got to get your coat on, go outside, and you're going to burn stuff. Right, but it ain't Guy Fawkes, okay? It's not 4th of July, it's not Australia Day. Happy Australia Day, everybody, by the way. It's Australia Day today. So it's not about that. Right? You're going to go outside and you're actually going to burn the erroneous data from particular codons in your DNA that require that function to be applied. Okay, so that would be fire ceremony. Then you can take your coats off and come back in. And we go into water ceremony that can be done right here. And water ceremony involves this. Right, so there's the water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be crystallising. Yeah, we're going to be reconstructing and crystallising our astrogenetic potential using those 13 cosmic tones. So why do you think that we use water to do that? Any ideas?
To purify.
Yeah, but it's also an element that's really present in your DNA as well. Okay, so this is why we're using it. It has a very profound effect on DNA. In fact, all DNA experiments that have been conducted to prove certain things use water when they freeze it and this, that and the other. So water is going to crystallise the situation that you would like to have present in your codons, in your astrogenetics. Alright guys, so that concludes what it is we're doing for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share it on Periscope. Don't forget to follow me at Helen Makes Miracles, Facebook, Instagram and also YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon for more from the Fusion 7 Healing Mystery School. Mwah.